so ready for this. Hi, everybody. You've been hearing us talk for the last however long that you've been listening, and we've been live. I am Dennis. I run the Okayest DM YouTube channel, and I am here running a game of my own design called SAGAS, stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System. Tonight, we are going to be taking a foray into the cosmic horror genre. We have already in our session 0 gone over a whole bunch of safety tools that we will be using. And we've got our dice roller up if needed. I'm also okay with you guys using physical dice. I trust you to, not lie about whatever you roll. But I think that we're going to be mostly role playing here. The dice are just here to guide us when we need it. I think let's do some introductions for everybody else. So let's start with Hammer. Who are you? Where can people find you? And who are you playing today?
I am the Hammer, or John works too. I run Hammered Out Homebrew. Posting can be primarily found on Instagram and Reddit, a couple other places, but mostly moved to Instagram at this point. Recently, I finished oh yeah, it's all 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Recently, I finished a Kickstarter to culminate basically all the years of work I've been doing this for a 176-page source book, essentially. That is available on DriveThruRPG for PDF, and after the stream is over, the PDF and all the backers will be receiving the PDF will be available to all the backers as just the full finished product. And then it'll be available through DriveThruRPG fully finished very shortly after that. And then in a couple weeks, the physical version will be sent out to all backers and also available through DriveThruRPG. And
awesome.
That's what I've been working on for years. So please take a look if you can.
Awesome. I backed that, and I am very excited to flip through that book. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's move on to Kiwi. Who are you? Where can people find you? And wait, before we do that, Hammer, who are you playing tonight?
Tonight I am playing Stanley Lumbrax, a wonderful, dashing man who is on a mission.
We'll find out what mission that is shortly. Okay, your turn, Kiwi.
Hi everyone. I am Kiwi Waste. You can find me mostly on Discord as Kiwi Waste or on Twitter as Waste Kiwi. And you can also watch me on Thursday mornings and Friday evenings over at Cybernation Uncensored playing some Cyberpunk Red games. And tonight I'm going to be playing the lovely conspiracy theorist Phoenix Webb.
Excellent. Thank you for being here. How about you, Lily?
Hi, I am Lily. You can find me on Elise and Life on Twitter and Blue Sky, and also LaScribe on Discord. And I'm in a few different projects, but mostly I do a lot of podcasts. So I'm a cast member on Misfits of Space, which is an AP podcast where we're doing Scum and Villainy right now. And also I can be found on shows on Girls Run These Worlds Twitch. I am going to be playing Dion Drake, pronouns they, them. And they are, well, they're a little bit different. And they're there to just keep an eye on things.
Very excited to see how Dion navigates their way through this story. And last but certainly not least, Trevor.
Hi, I'm Trevor Valley. I am the creative director of the Wizards of the Coast line of jerseys from Geeky Jerseys. I'm also the dinosaur specialist for the 5th edition campaign setting from Atlas Games called Plangea. It's kind of like a stone punk, metal doesn't exist, don't count above 9 kind of deal. I also do commission, private commission NPC and lore creation for anybody that needs stuff for their TTRPGs. And yeah, you can find me practically everywhere as Tattoos and Bones, including going to tattoosandbones.com. And you can find, I'm just Tattoos and Bones everywhere. Tonight, I will be playing Alexei Petrov, they, them pronouns, and they are kind of a secretive, don't like talking to people unless they have to person looking for answers about something that's happening in his life or their life.
Wonderful. Thank you as well for being here. I'm very excited to terrify all of you and all of you viewers as well. And I'm happy that I get to do so and raise money for an excellent cause. So, without further ado, let's get started with our game. The Conference of the Weird is an annual convention that sees, as you'd expect from the name, some very, very strange items, people, and talks. Most of this is just made up of conspiracy theorists that are mostly harmless, very, very open-minded people for thinking about what could be. Are there lizards running our government? Are aliens real? Have aliens interacted with the people that we descend from? All these questions and more can be found being asked at the Conference of the Weird. It is very rare that any of these questions are thoroughly answered, not only due to the type of people that this conference tends to attract, but also because of the lack of hard evidence that these ideas and these talks tend to present. But sometimes, every now and then, the Conference of the Weird sees something different, something that truly changes people's minds and opens them up to different truths, things that they're not used to, things that they have difficulty accepting. At this conference, there is an object known only as the object. It's been very, very secretly held until now, the opening day of this wonderful weekend at, just a giant room at the first floor of a large hotel room, large hotel building. And this hotel finds all four of our characters sitting there in the largest conference room, waiting for the Conference of the Weird to begin. An old, doddering man approaches the stage, has difficulty getting up the stairs, but he gets there. He's wearing a very well-pressed suit of a navy blue, a tie that features a large alien's head, and his white, stark white hair is as wispy as his thin beard. He approaches the podium, taps the microphone a couple times, and you hear a little bit of feedback. And he speaks.
Is this thing on? Yes, it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the 2023 Conference of the Weird.
He holds for applause, and there's a few scattering claps.
Well, I'm sure you're all very excited to join in the festivities and learn about all these new and interesting ideas. I know I certainly am. But first we have to get a few rules out of the way. I'm sure you're all very interested in the object, the feature presentation of this here conference. We have, regrettably, had to delay that specific object's presentation, it will be this evening at 6 o'clock sharp. So until then, please enjoy what other panels we have available. Meet and greet, find other like-minded individuals. I know in this world it can be hard for our kind to do so. So this is your chance to talk to those who will open themselves up to your ideas. And please, I will remind you to be open to the ideas of others as well. Thank you, and enjoy the conference.
Finally, the applause actually begins, and it's less of an applause and more of a scraping of chairs as people get up and start to mingle. And as the people start rushing out into the hallway to go to the many, many different panels, make sure they get their good seats on time to whatever they want to listen to the experts talk about. The four of you find yourselves sort of last out of this room. The old man who announced the beginning of the conference is still up on stage talking in a group of other people about, looks like they all have administrator badges. It looks like they can do pretty much anything they want to here. It's like they're running the show. And the four of you are last out of the room. And before you get to leave, the old man says,
Don't forget to introduce yourselves to those around you. Please, we're here to make friends.
And he goes back to his conversation. We will start with Dion. Please describe what your character looks like as they are making their way out into the crowded hallway.
Sure. Dion is pretty well dressed, like a collared shirt and a pair of nice pants and a little blazer on. Dion is brown skin, about 5'7", and wears like these slightly tinted glasses because underneath the glasses she has incredibly striking bright blue eyes with a little swirl in them that is maybe not quite human, and so they wear these glasses to kind of tone that down a little bit.
And do you think anybody would get a glimpse of that mildly inhuman swirl beneath your shades?
I think only if someone was paying really, really close attention and standing close to Dion would they see that.
Well, of the people that pay close attention, I would have to say that all three of our other characters apply and have noticed this oddity about you. So we'll go into descriptions of the people nearby that have noticed your eyes. Starting with Stanley.
Stanley is probably just short of 6 feet tall, moderately well dressed. Is dark clothing, some of it having tints of purple, suit jacket, tie, purplish shoes, and purplish fingerless gloves. Oh yeah, and almost shoulder length black hair. And similar to Dion, is also wearing slightly shaded glasses, but it seems to be just a fashion statement for him. Yeah, that's about him.
Does Stanley say anything when he notices Dion's eyes?
I think he would just note it for later. Probably not the best way to open up our conversation.
Phoenix also notices Dion's eyes as the four of you are walking out of this hallway. Would Phoenix say anything?
She's probably gonna say something. Because, she sees that she always has questions to ask, of new things to figure out. So, Phoenix, to describe me, Phoenix is, as the opposite of everyone, not particularly well dressed. Just in a all black getup. Think like Matrix level 90s hacker, kind of. Just full black, gloves to cover her hands, can't have anyone getting her fingerprints. Wearing a tinfoil hat, and similarly though to everyone else, she is also wearing strongly tinted glasses. Her mostly because she can't let the government scan her eyes, and if the glasses are tinted, they can't scan her eyes.
I'd even say that when you all walked into this conference this morning, there was actually a table handing out tinfoil hats and sunglasses. So what does Phoenix say when she notices Dion's eyes?
She's gonna be probably first super awkward, because I'm just gonna be staring at their eyes, just like trying to figure them out, trying to figure out the best way to ask, and eventually just deciding like, your eyes are really cool, and I need to talk to you about them as soon as possible. Are you wearing contacts? Which would be smart. That would that can protect your eyes too. Much like the glasses, double protection is a good idea. If not, I need to know what's going on.
My eyes?
Yeah.
No, just I had a surgery recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that made this okay. I made this awkward. I'm so sorry.
This is exactly why I did not bring it up.
Sorry, I have a hard time. I see something I don't know much about. I gotta ask. I can't help it. I gotta know. Sorry, I didn't mean to
realize they were
offend you.
so noticeable.
Yeah, if you really want to cover them up, you want to get those glasses with the little blinders on the side.
They're like adjusting the glasses and like trying to like break eye contact and like look away. And I was, I had the tint on my glasses. I guess I should have I just didn't want to be that person wearing sunglasses inside.
Oh, honey, that's my whole life. Everything is just too bright nowadays.
Dion, as you try to break eye contact and avoid these two that have noticed that you are slightly different than the rest of the people here, instead of finding a safe space to look into, you make eye contact with Alexi. Trevor, please describe for us Alexi's reaction and whether they say anything.
Alexi is likely shorter than everybody, coming up to about 5'5", has a faded blue undercut and mohawk that is flopped over on one side, rimless or very, very thin rimmed round glasses, really light gray eyes, but also looks extremely gaunt, dark circles around their eyes, look like they haven't slept. Also wearing this sleeveless hoodie and a frumpy black long sleeve shirt underneath it. You can just see some tattoos peeking out. Pants are ripped and torn, missing one knee, Converse high tops, all dusty. And he's just fiddling with a little practice lock and a set of lock picks. And as he looks right at Dion, just kind of kind of nods, makes a mental note, puts the lock back together, and keeps repicking. Doesn't say a word.
The hallway at this point has mostly cleared out. Everybody has found the panel that they want to attend or speak at. And it seems as if the only one that has any room left, really, is this panel on dreams and interpreting them. The four of you kind of take up positions in the back, and as you're listening to the panel speak, the one of the people on the panel looks like this. Best way I can describe her is an oracle. Dark skin, long braided dreadlocks, just covered in little trinkets. You can see a vial here, a feather there. You're not sure if that's broken glass or not. Her clothing is similarly adorned. She wears this, I'm not sure what the proper term is for it, but a sort of poncho-like piece of very colorful fabric, tassels everywhere, also almost decorated like a freaking Christmas tree in different ornaments. And the entire time she's speaking, actually the entire time anyone is speaking, her gaze is flipping between Alexi and Stanley, just constantly. At one point, she gets the microphone and still staring at you.
Yes, some of us do have dreams that are not of our own making. And it is up to us what to make of those dreams. It is not usually too difficult to interpret the will of otherworldly beings who speak through our minds while they are unconscious. In fact, sometimes it is up to us to make a simple decision whether to follow the will of these dreams or to resist and risk an otherworldly being's wrath. She hands the microphone to the next person, and in the context of the panel, everything she said made absolutely no sense whatsoever, but it truly resonated with the two people she was looking at.
Alexi puts away their practice lock and immediately pulls out, he has this ratty gray backpack, pulls out a notepad, and they start scribbling notes incredibly fast, just detailing everything this person said, description, just furiously writing.
Would we have caught this woman's name?
She appears to have forgotten to put out her nameplate on the table.
Of course. And would we be able to clock that she's staring alternately between the two of us?
Even from this distance, yes.
Okay.
Well, that's not comfortable.
Just fully raised eyebrows, like Stanley has no idea. You looking at him, he just looks confused as hell.
Alexi will also start writing down descriptions of Stanley.
I feel somewhat violated at the moment, but I don't know why.
Says
The
absolutely
panel
nothing.
the panel comes to an end, and the people sitting in the chairs and those at the table on the stage all begin to file out of the room. And as you try to locate the oracle that had spoken to you at this panel, you immediately see that as the rest of the panel members are descending the stairs off the stage, she's already gone.
Well, that's not upsetting at all.
Upsetting? What
Oh,
could
so
possibly
mother
be
effing
upsetting?
son of a
And
mother-
she's immediately behind you.
Oh.
Listen, lady, that joke's only funny when I do it.
Joke. I'm not sure I know what you mean, Stanley.
Oh, for fuck. Hi, I'm Stanley Lumbrax. Apparently, we've already met, or you've already met me, and I haven't met you, which is the opposite of how I like these things to go about. What is your name, madam?
You can simply call me the one who knows.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Really? Maybe I ought to change it then.
Probably. Cassandra is a lovely name. I'm just saying. You're just something nice, unthreatening. Nobody think anything of it.
Yeah, it's a bit on the nose. If you don't want someone to find you, you should definitely have a more like subtle name. But I like your name. But yeah, it's a little unsubtle. He's right.
Thank you. I think Phoenix is also a lovely name.
Oh, thank you.
Do you
I know
what
some
guy's
great
in
name
this
change
stigma
people.
convention?
So I must ask, the four of you, what brings you to the Conference of the Weird?
Oh, well, this is actually like my 5th year here. It's a great time every year. Great people, great panels. It's always a fun time.
I agree. I am also a return attendee. I was flattered when they asked me to speak on this panel of dreams.
It's actually my first time attending. Just got a tip from a friend that I would enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah,
A tip.
it's my first time here too. I work for an agency that that wanted me to come here and report on it.
I would like both Dion and Stanley to please roll the first checks of the game to lie to a woman named the One Who Knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoopsie. And away we go.
So how checks work in Sagas, for the benefit of the audience and to reiterate for our players, Sagas is a roll low system. When the GM asks you to make a check, you simply look at your character sheet and see if there is anything you've chosen in your character creation that might apply to this. For this, in this case, you are telling a falsehood. You are weaving a story. There are several different things that could apply here. Like if you are speaking a different language, knowing that language well would give you a bonus to this check. If you are very good at lying, you have something that says you get to roll a lower die, you can roll that lower die. But if you have something that specifically says that in this situation you're having difficulty, say you are terrible at talking to strangers, then you would have to roll a higher die, even if you're good at lying. So, do either of you have anything on here that would apply to lying to this lady?
I do not.
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
All right. Since neither of you have anything to that would apply, you will be rolling a d10, and this is a roll low system. So, Hammer, you got a 1.
I rolled a 1.
She might be more aptly named in your case as the one who doesn't yet know. What about Dion?
I don't. Yeah, I got an 8. I rolled in the Discord.
All right. With an 8, she stares at you with a piercing gaze. Her bright blue eyes looking through you, almost as if you're not there, and she is inspecting your very soul.
Mm-hmm.
And she squints slightly. There's something strange about you, friend. Something I like.
Is it the eye surgery? Because I've already had that pointed out to me a few times now.
No.
No. Okay. I mean, you seem a bit strange yourself, so I guess that is probably a compliment. So thank you.
I certainly meant it as such.
Can I ask you a little bit more about these dreams that you? What are your what are you qualified for to speak about dreams?
At this point in the conversation, she turns her gaze to Alexi and Stanley again, but continues conversing with you, Dion. I claim to have a certain ability that allows me to walk among the dreams of others. Through this, I have learned to recognize when people have had others in their dreams previously. There's a certain look about them, a worry, an urgency in their actions, curiosity that is not yet sated. I am here at this conference to help those people along their journey.
But you don't use any special like devices or anything like that in order to do this. Something maybe you found somewhere, or no,
A
nothing like that.
seance or something.
She turns back to you, Dion. No, this get-up, I find, makes people respect me more as one who knows.
Yeah,
Alexi snorts at that.
I can see that definitely. Yeah. Okay.
She gives a little smile at her own joke.
The moment she says that,
Well, it
Alexi's
was
just-
nice meeting you.
So
It was wonderful to see you again.
Sure.
I hope
Never
you
met
have a
before, but
lovely...
sure.
you make a habit of hopping around in people's dreams that you never met or something, since you seem to act like you know about it. It's hard to hear.
I will just say that I hope you're looking forward to the object as much as I am.
Have you seen the object?
She turns and disappears into the crowd.
See, now that was just plain rude.
Yeah.
Come over here, stare at people, creep people out, and then just turn around and walk away in the middle of...
Instead of one who knows, it should be one that does not tell.
Yeah. Never was good at show and tell, I guess. Alright. Well, let's go we can find something else interesting around here until we can actually find out what this object is all about. Or that one pops up behind me and gives me the heebie-jeebies all over again.
Are all of you here to inspect this object?
I'm just here to have a good time, and if that's going to be the headlining thing, then we might as well inspect it.
Right. Because no one's seen it before.
Well, that woman didn't answer my question, so she probably has.
Sure. Okay.
Well,
I was just
actually, Alexi, have you come here before? I don't think she actually asked you that. Just stared at you all creepily like.
No. I was in the area and saw the marquee on the hotel sign. Wanted to see what it was about.
Gotcha. All right, let's go find something else to entertain us.
I'm gonna at that bust out like my program to start looking for my favorite panels.
Are you going to lead your new friends to all your favorite spots?
Sure. I'll probably just like, yeah, so these are a couple good panels here. There's some food they tend to have over there. There's a couple of their meet and greets here. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? I feel like we bonded over meeting that creepy lady, so it'd be fun to hang out.
I think Dion has a tablet that they like pull out, and it has like this very complicated looking like spreadsheet in it, with all the different panels, and some of them are like shaded green and some are like shaded red, and I think they like have checked off some of them. What and are then you doing in my swamp? Are looking to see like which panel is next on their list, and I think they suggest that panel, which Lily doesn't have a suggestion for the name of the panel. So if someone wants to throw something out there, please go ahead.
There's so many things that immediately pop into my head.
There's so many good options on this program.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man.
I would probably be looking over people's shoulders, reading behind them, and see if I can, if for some odd reason on any of the cast lists or panel, whatever they're called, speakers, if anyone has the one who knows on there again.
Yeah, go ahead and make a check to see if you can find her name.
Okay, Dirk. I ain't got nothing for this. Okay. I don't know if that's particularly useful for this, but that's also a one. So when bad stuff happens, I'm screwed, is what this means.
Yes, you've used up all of your good rolls already.
Yep.
I think you mean if bad stuff happens. There's no guarantee.
I don't know.
We're just here at a convention. What could go wrong?
All right, but anyway, do I see her name? That's going to be hard to get rid of, voice.
You, in your childhood, trained yourself in your free time to learn how to speed read and got very, very good at it and very accurate. And you are 100% certain that the one who knows does not appear on any panels for the rest of today.
Fiddle. All right, I'm good. Whatever y'all want to do. I always like to meet and greet, but that's up to y'all. Well, a couple of these panels look somewhat interesting.
Is there a social icebreaker on the program, like meet other conventioneers and such?
There's actually a room open all day dedicated to that.
Sounds terrifying.
The four of you pretty much stick together, visiting panel to panel, learning about why reptiles run our government, learning about the aliens that appeared over LA 2 years ago, learning about all sorts of very strange things that you never heard anybody take seriously before. At least some of you have never heard anyone take seriously before. And you, as the day goes on, you find yourself approaching that social gathering room. And it's pretty empty. People seem to know exactly what they want to go to and see when they come here. And they only come to this room for refreshments. As you are approaching this sort of banquet hall, you see two men that look like exactly the kind of person that is the subject of the talks of these panels. They are both wearing identical black suits, exactly the same black haircut, the same black shades, and a curly earpiece tucked into their shirt. They are pushing a small roller cart that appears to have something on it, but it is covered by a brown tarp. And they're just pushing it across this room to another door. As you see this, you all get a sort of feeling, like an urge for a hit of dopamine. Like you just saw a text pop up on your phone and you have to look at it. It's very minor. It's pretty easy to ignore, but you definitely notice it. And it goes away the instant the object leaves your view.
I'm gonna lead over to whoever is closest. I just kind of like, as those people walked by, just a quick point, like, definitely clones.
Definitely clones pushing something fancy.
Do you think it's the object?
Dion has like her tablet out and like takes the note, like check out Men in Black clones or something like that.
Did anyone else
You're
in
just
the room...
scrolling through like GIFs of the Men in Black movies.
Did anyone else in the room notice them pass by and like pay attention?
Roll a check to see if you notice them noticing.
Crap.
There are other people in this room, maybe a dozen or so, but they're pretty spread out.
Okay. Roll this in the Discord. I don't have anything spectacular about that, so it'll just be a D10. That would be an 8. Nope. No idea.
They might have. You were a little distracted by the almost obvious display.
I will pick the one that looks, how do I put that? Like the shiftiest, the one that's a little bit more paranoid looking, like looking around and all that. And I will just casually walk toward them until I'm in range, and then I will use my telepathy power.
So the one you pick out, you can't tell anything about them. They appear to be hiding their identity quite well, and in a very typical fashion. They have on a dark brown fedora pulled down low over their eyes, and they are wearing a tan trench coat that seems much too warm for the temperature in this room. The collar is pulled up, unfolded and pulled up all the way around their eyes, so they don't see you coming. And as you reach out with your telepathy, what do you say to them?
Follow the box.
And the guy just jumps. He takes the water he was holding and throws it straight up. It hits the ceiling and just goes everywhere. He is soaking wet. The table and floor got water all over him. And he is sort of looking around wide-eyed. And you can see this this very, very pale man, maybe mid-40s, with a graying, thick mustache, and also wearing sunglasses. Just, not again. Not
And I
again.
just walk straight by and head to like where the water station and bar would be. Trying to pay no mind to what just happened.
Okay, I'll have you make another check to try to avoid this man's notice.
That would be a 1.
Cool as a cat, just strolling on by. You don't even flinch at his antics. He doesn't notice you. You stay behind him the entire time, all the way over to the water coolers. You can, as you're pouring yourself a small, one of those cone cups of water, you hear him muttering to himself, all right, it didn't go so good last time. Last time I didn't listen to him. This time I gotta listen to him. Okay, all right, time to go. Which way? Follow the box, follow the box, follow the box. And he continues muttering to himself as he goes out the double doors that the two suits went through.
Just walk back to the group. That was very frightening. I do not know what happened to that man.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. Every once in a while, someone at the convention freaks out about something. I wouldn't be too worried. It's probably fine.
He kept saying, follow the box.
It seems to be following whatever those two clones were pushing.
Did you feel weird when it was in the room? Any of you?
A little weird.
Perhaps it affected him more. Strange.
I'm surprised it made you feel weird, considering your amazing protection you have there.
Yeah, I wonder. It's gonna like try to like examine. Like it seems like it's all intact. Have to check this later. Even the slightest hole in it, things can get through.
Perhaps they've learned to overcome that.
Oh God, I hope not. This is the best line of defense. What am I gonna do then?
Do you have the reflective side out?
Trying to look at it without taking it off my head. I think so. It looks like the reflective side out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're only like 98% effective, and then if you get the wrong side out, then it's like 50 maybe, and it's so much more uncomfortable.
Oh, goodness, I'm gonna have to double check this later.
The rest of the convention passes without other incident, and 6 o'clock rolls around, and pretty much everyone returns to the main conference room for the presentation of the object.
Keeping a lookout for the creepy lady.
make
Glancing
a
behind
check
me.
to see if you can.
Glancing behind me intermittently.
First place you check behind
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna just start using the bot because this is suspect.
I'll remind all the players here that part of a main mechanic of sagas is called effort. Using your effort, you can do something called help, where you get to add dice to either your to an ally's roll. This costs much less than adding dice to your own roll. Would anybody like to assist in trying to find the?
Oh no! Why is why I said
oracle?
suspect? Because I rolled a 1.
Oh, all right. No help needed.
That's why I said I need to start using the dice roller because that's the third one in a row. This is getting weird.
All right. You do find her pretty much immediately, sitting in a back left corner chair. Pretty much as far away from the stage as she can get.
Okay. I'll come back by here a second. I'm going to see if I can have a word with that woman and probably ask why she's so far away.
Okay.
If it, he says that if y'all want to try to tag along, y'all feel free to.
Depends. How good of seats do we have? It's an important question that I'm wondering.
There's no assigned seating, and you cannot find any seats that you can get to easily. I mean, there's a couple open seats that are like smack in the middle where you'd have to go across 30 people's knees to get to.
In that case, then I'll tag along to see the one that knows.
I think Dion wants to. Their eyes are on the prize of this object, so they are definitely like standing in a place where they can see the entrance, where they think the people will be pushing this object in toward the stage.
Alexi will be hanging with Dion.
So me and Phoenix is what I heard.
I would like Dion and Alexi to please make a check to see what else you notice. You're specifically looking for the door through which the object will come, but there are other things that you might pick up here.
Also looking for weird guy in brown coat chasing said box. 2.
Oh yeah. What about Dion?
I don't have anything special, so I will. Four.
2 and a 4. That is a success for both of you. You all notice, or you two notice, well, actually, you two are sitting there waiting for the object to be presented. You've clocked which door it will probably come through, and you'll notice something else in a moment. But first, the one who knows may have more to say. As Phoenix and Stanley approach her, she turns and smiles warmly at the two of you. Hello again.
Hello again.
Oh, hey.
I was happy we were able to see you again. I wasn't sure if I was going to see you or you were going to pop up behind me.
I apologize for startling you when you met me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to avoid such tactics in the future.
For some reason, I don't believe you. But I'll be all right.
I'm sure you will.
Anything you want to talk about or warn us before they pull this object in here? And you never did answer me if you'd seen it before.
I have not seen this object, but it has piqued the interest of many here. In fact, most of those you see who are first-time attendees of the Conference of the Weird are here only to see this object.
Hmm.
Why are you sitting so far away? Couldn't you get like panelist seats, probably like up in the front if you really want to see the object?
Or are you more interested in the
I
people that
do.
came for the object?
I am interested in the object itself, which is strange for me and worrisome. I decided on this seat, keep my distance.
You think this is the safest place?
Certainly not. But it is the safest place with a view.
Oh, I definitely get the impression you know where and what this is going toward.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh. Do you know who brought said object? Because we saw some weird thing being pushed around by two very government men in black types, if you get my meaning. I don't know if that is this, because it'd be a weird place to move it, but, just saying.
That's strange. I assume you don't mean the man bringing it in to this room. And she points with a heavily ornamented and withered hand towards the door, which is opening. And pushing the cart in with the same object, still covered in a tarp. As it enters the room, you all feel that same need for a hit of dopamine, that need to satisfy an urge. It's a familiar feeling, which is almost the most off-putting, that something can give you that feeling on command. But this time, the man in the hat, trench coat, and mustache is pushing the cart. The suits are nowhere to be seen.
Man, you got a guy abducted and brainwashed.
Oh shit. Oopsie.
Well, I don't think that's the same man, but hey, maybe some people got a bit of a disguise about him. Either that or that guy had a very weird trip.
Yeah, it looks like that guy that like freaked out for a second.
Right.
Huh.
Why would he suddenly be the one in charge?
Perhaps that was his job and he was late? Side
He
eyeing
rolls
one
the-
who knows.
She seems to be enamored with the cart, though she side-eyes you back at the same time.
No, I don't like her.
Gives that freaking ghost of a smile again.
No, I don't like her.
The cart has been wheeled all the way up onto stage now, and he's pushed it in front of the podium. He walks around. He appears to be the only person on stage. The wispy old man that had kicked off the conference is sitting in the front row, waiting for this presentation.
Did we cover
Trench
what
coat.
those two saw?
What's that?
Did we cover what those two saw with their checks?
We're about to.
Okay.
The trench coat walks around to the podium, taps it a few times. Again, that feedback sound, confirming that the mic is on. And he says in a strange and monotonous voice, "Please enjoy the presentation of the object." Takes a few steps around the podium, and as his hand is reaching out towards the tarp to lift it off, Dion and Alexei, you hear footsteps in the hallway just outside, and you can see the two suits exiting through the main entrance briskly. The tarp is removed. Whoosh. And the feeling of need for something becomes overwhelming. You can see the entire audience completely captivated by this object, the one who knows included. I would like you all to make checks to avoid psychic influence.
Fun.
Would that be considered a power or magic ability?
Yes, I would say absolutely.
No. Oh, I've got power attraction. This sucks.
Got nothing for that.
Yeah.
E12 for
Okay.
you, Alexei.
Nothing
Three.
for. Is this a thing that you can spend effort on?
Oh, absolutely. You can spend effort on yourself, help others.
Oh, that would be rude of me to do.
Every person for themselves. Me and Phoenix are in it together. We rolled the same.
Before I roll, would you say I've been socially interacting with someone for over an hour?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
Depends how
Yeah.
constant it has to
But
be.
it is one of these three.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Which one?
Oh. It's gonna have to be Stanley. So I'm going to burn 3 effort to try and drop that down to a D10. Is it 2 effort or 3?
You won't be dropping it down to a D10. There's no way to actually change the size of the die except for the actual abilities. What boosting your roll does gives you an extra die, and you take the lower.
That's right.
And Stanley,
So,
you find yourself in this moment feeling an additional drain other than the effect of this object.
Sorry.
okay. Does something happen to me?
You lose all of your effort.
Oof.
Oh no.
Well, there goes my escape plan.
Rolled a 4. And my
A
effort
4,
is
a
refilled.
3, a 3, and what did Stanley? A 4 and 3 threes, it looks like. Amazing. You all succeed. Nobody else does.
What's going on with the one who knows? What does she look like?
Her eyes, her pupils have dilated. Her arm has gone limp like the rest of her body, but her head is still upright and staring at this object on the cart on stage. It is dark, strange, and has captivated everybody. The man in the trench coat stands in exactly the same way as the whole crowd. Slightly limp, slack-jawed, and wide-eyed, staring at this thing. You hear whispers scattering throughout the crowd. Touch it. Yes, touch it. Put your hand on it. Touch the object. Touch it. The man in the trench coat reaches out at a snail's pace. Fingers just about to brush the outside edge of this thing.
Start taking some steps toward the door.
I grab Dion's shoulder and just, we must go. Start walking.
Alien mind control, guys.
Yeah, Dion is also like, yep, out of here.
Hey.
Yep. Is there any way I could attempt to move the one who knows?
Yeah, you can help her to her feet and try to carry her along with you.
I will try to do that.
Being a fully grown man and she's an elderly woman, frail and thin, I'm not going to make you roll any checks for this. You just put her arm around your shoulder and very carefully help her out, but her head continues to crane towards the object. As you're making your way out of the hall, there is a flash of light from on stage as the trench coat man's fingers touch the outside of it. He puts his palm almost on a spot fit exactly for his hand. The lights begin to dim. Feels like the AC only just got turned on. You can smell salt in the air.
Salt?
Like when you're at the beach, like that kind of salty brine kind of smell.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Dion's looking around for those two men in black dudes. Where they left the room, but where did they go?
They left the room. You saw them leave through the main entrance. As you begin walking towards that door, you can see it's dark outside, just like it's supposed to be this time of year, at this time of day. The air continues to get colder. The smell of sea gets stronger. And you can hear a whooshing. You get to the main entrance where you saw the men in black leave. The one who knows is getting more and more difficult to carry as she continues to crane her neck to try and see the object, to keep her eyes on it. You have to keep yanking her back onto her feet as she stumbles. Which of you do you think gets to the main exit first?
Well, not me. I'm carrying a person. So.
I'm sure Dion.
Dion is very determined. Yeah, like moving fast.
Yeah,
You
I'm
press.
yeah, I'm low stamina. I'm like
Dion, as you go ahead.
I would assume that I would be last because I'm helping the woman. She's attempting to fight me more and more, trying to see the thing. Just to avoid potential making this worse or to make it easier for myself, I'm going to attempt to reach out to a point just behind my companions here and try my best to create an illusion of the object.
I see.
Just try to make her. I'm using the power create illusion. You
Right.
can create an illusion that fits within a 5-foot cube and uses only one of the 5 senses. I'm shooting for visual here.
Mhm.
If they attempt to investigate the illusion, I have to make a check to prevent them from telling it's an illusion. And
I'm
I would
going to
try
have
to.
you make a check to to try to recreate this thing.
Yeah, I kind of figured that it being an incomprehensible lotus thing. A 6.
The illusion you create is certainly not the object. It is a pale imitation of it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that you were trying to avoid and never really got a good look at is difficult for you to recreate. The image that you do create looks like it could be the object, like it's plausible, but it doesn't recreate that feeling that you are still trying to fend off inside your very soul of needing something badly. You can see the actual object that you're staring at. What you create is this sort of small, dark greenish blue obelisk with an orb at the top where it comes to a point. And on the surface of that orb is a perfect handprint, like a slot for you to put your hand onto. But it keeps moving. There's parts of the sphere on top that go from concave to convex. The obelisk below keeps changing in height and width. It was a difficult object to recreate in the first place. That on top of specifically trying not to look at it made a recreation difficult. And it seems that it has no effect on the one who knows.
All right. It was worth a shot, and I kind of waved my hand, and the visual illusion dissipates into the shadows around it. And I was attempting to do that behind everybody so I didn't have to answer questions.
Yes, you were already last in line, and everybody's eyes are beelined on the exit, which Dion now reaches. You open up the first. It's sort of like there are 2 sets of doors to get out of this building. Both of them those typical, the handicapped press on a large bar to open it from the inside. And Dion, as you put your hands on the metal, it feels cold, which is expected given how much colder the air inside this building feels now. As you press in, you look outside and something is wrong and strange. The floor beneath your feet begins to shift and rock left and right.
Oh, no.
You start to go towards the second door, but before you open it, you finally get a good look at the outside. A vast black sea. And yes, I'm doing this sound on purpose.
I'm like, wait, what?
A vast black sea expands outward from these doors. The hotel, like a sinking ship, among these waves. They crash up against the window right in front of you. And even through these clear panes, you can feel the cold and smell and taste the salt on the air. You are not in Kansas anymore. You have no idea where you are. You don't know what realm this is.
Right, non-Euclidean hellscape. Awesome.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I don't know if going outside is a good idea right now.
I'm going to quickly look back and see what is happening to the trench coat guy. I'm assuming after the illusion has already passed that Stanley did.
It has passed. The trench coat guy now, he's a bit distant now, maybe 100 feet away or so. And you can still see him through that open doorway into the conference room. And he's on stage. And the object is beginning to consume him. He is up to his elbow inside it.
God, I feel bad.
He's not panicked.
Okay, that's good.
He's completely calm. And still, he stares on. Some of the audience members have now stood, but they only stand there, like they're waiting.
Oh, hell.
I think Dion is going to try, like, run back inside and attempt to pull this guy away from the object, like, you know, see if she can get if they can part them.
You run back inside, past all of your companions.
I'm totally going to try and stop Dion. 100%.
I'm going to ask you to make a check. Your check is to grab Dion, and this will be contested roll. Dion, I will ask you to make an avoid melee check. So if you have avoid melee, the talent, you'll get a bonus to this, but otherwise it'll just be a D10.
Suck at this.
Can fast reflexes count toward this?
You know what? Yes.
To like avoid them. Okay.
See.
Good luck. Trevor just rolled a 1.
Oh, no! I love it.
All right. You're going to be rolling again. 2 1s.
Damn.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm expecting just be bowled over at this point.
No, they are not running straight at you, but your hand does manage to clasp onto Dion's arm for a moment. And I will ask you in that moment, Dion, does Alexi feel anything about your skin that's not quite right?
Yeah. I actually think like it's almost like Alexi isn't touching like actual skin, but like a like similar to an armor, I guess. You know the feeling when you, how can I explain this properly?
You don't
Like
have
when someone
to.
has
This
on
is
when someone has on like a cosplay and they have like those gauntlets on, like it feels like that. Like you're not actually touching Dion's skin, but like some kind of gauntlet or protection. Even though there's nothing there.
Oh yeah, that would be a grab and immediately just ah!
perfect. Dion, you continue running, and you get into the room, no problem. Nothing else is stopping you. You can run straight down the main aisle and get up to the stage. What are the rest of you doing?
I feel like, at this point, now that I've seen that we're in the ocean, I'm going to start. I want to have some sort of like some like something to look through. Like, okay, in case of this obscure emergency, do this. And like, okay, lost at sea. We should get to high ground. I don't know. Stanley, do you have any plans for this? I don't got a plan for this.
I think Stanley's muted.
Oh,
She's probably fighting me pretty hard at this point, so I'm going to turn around the Oracle and try to look her in the eyes as much as I can. And what are you here? I just want to know why is it so great? Why? What are you hearing, friend? I want to be able to hear it too. Which I'm obviously trying to convince her to just give me any information she knows or whatever it's telling her, so more act on the situation.
Go ahead and make a check to try to communicate with her or shake her out of her stupor in any way.
That's a 2.
That is a success. You shake her very gently and slightly, and as you're speaking urgently and not yelling quite, she blinks once as she wrenches her gaze away from that object and makes eye contact with you. It must be stopped. It must be prevented. We can't let it happen. I don't know. Fear. Nothing like this is. It must be stopped.
what's it? What must be stopped?
I don't know. But
I
it
thought
must
you
be
knew.
stopped.
I thought you knew.
I don't know! And there is true, soul-shaking terror on her face.
Okay. We gotta stop that thing and get the fuck away from all those people. That is what I'm hearing.
Good. Good. Good.
All right. You good, or do you need to be restrained?
Lock me somewhere.
Is there a closet nearby?
Yeah, it looks like the hotel itself, other than light and temperature, remains unchanged. All the furniture is still there. All the rooms are in the same place.
Okay, you
and
said it's getting darker, right? How
see
dark
there's
are we
this.
talking?
The lights are still flickering. It's like the power has gone bad or something.
Okay, so it'll be light,
changed
dark,
hue.
light, dark. Yeah.
But there's not so dark that you can't see anything.
Gotcha.
You can still see just as well as normal.
Okay. I'm
There's
gonna
a
quickly walk over
closet
to a
like
closet.
this. It's like
Alright.
it's like the coat check.
Yeah. All right. You'll be safe in here. I stuffed the old lady in the closet. And I quickly grab a chair and prop it up to the door to try to keep her from breaking out if something.
Amazing.
And I'll quickly turn around.
You hear from the other side of the door, "Thank you. Thank you."
I quickly turn around and just for Phoenix, as the lights go flicker on, off, and off, as it goes like dark for half a second, my eyes kind of look like cat eyes, and you can just see just the barest hint of light reflecting back out of them.
I'm not going to say anything about your eyes this time.
just to say that would be happening, but and then all right, let's go help her. And I'm quickly running back where Dion went, or them back where Dion went.
Do the rest of you follow back into the conference room?
I think I'll follow slowly. Like, well, see what's happening.
I'm full on jogging.
I'm gonna just slip back in and be against the back wall, like scared. Like this is
So you're inside the conference room, but just barely.
Yeah, this is not fun. Things I've been trying to avoid for I don't know how long. Yeah, nope, no. This is not fun. This is why I don't sleep.
Dion, you reached the stage at last. It felt like forever running that distance, but you're here. You reach back up onto the stage, and the man in the trench coat is now shoulder deep into the object, still staring at it. And a strange, empty smile is on his face.
They're gonna just like try to wrap an arm around their like midsection and just try to pull them away.
Make a check.
Okay. I don't think I really have anything good for this. So four.
That is a success.
Awesome.
You pull, and ever so slowly, the man doesn't seem to resist it at all, but slowly his arm, inch by inch, is yanked out of the orb, but the orb and the object seem to want to pull him in, this strange, indescribable, and hungry thing. As you are pulling him out, you can feel more salty sea spray across the room. The sound of the crashing waves gets louder, though when you're inside and not near the door, you notice the ground is stable. It's not rocking like a boat. As the last bit, his middle finger, just the tip of it, is still stuck into the object. And with a final yank, you pull it out, and there is a pulse. This ripple in space moves slowly out from the object. And there is no immediate change. Most of the crowd is now staring at you and the object. Now they're all standing there, wide-eyed, blank expression, waiting.
Hey, Phoenix, Alexi, Stanley, maybe we should clear the room right now. Like, let's get these people out of here.
Where? The ocean?
I don't know how many closets we can find.
I mean, we just want them to not be right here in the vicinity of this object.
All right, I'll start moving people away if I can.
This
How
is
many
such a
people
dumb
are in this? Like, how big is this convention?
There's like, you're talking about moving like 500 people.
Oh, that's how many people are. Okay, that's a
Dear
lot.
God.
Heaven
Yes,
in a
just to
handbag.
clarify,
I
this is a
didn't- yeah.
very big room.
I was picturing like 100. So 500,
Yeah, that's what I was
even worse.
picturing too.
Oh no.
Okay.
How
no,
bad do you think things would happen if we took the object and threw it in the ocean? Obviously,
Yeah.
use something else to move it. Don't touch it.
Yeah,
Considering it
like
was eating that dude.
is there like
Yeah.
a tablecloth or like something that Dion could like throw on the object?
It was
So they
covered
don't-
in a blanket or
touching it?
like fabric, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's on a trolley, ain't it?
The tarp is still sitting next to the object.
Right. Dion's gonna throw that tarp on there on top. Does that like lessen the effect?
As you throw the tarp on top, you feel warmth crawl back into your fingers and toes. You see the lights stop flickering, though they still have that same strange bluish green glow to them.
Ah shit.
The audience continues to stare now at the tarp. And you can still taste the salt on the air.
All right, let's vamoose with this thing, and I'll run up there and start helping them push it.
Yeah, I think we gotta get it out of here.
Who's pushing the cart?
Not
I
it.
volunteered.
Dion will help. Yeah.
So the two of you grab the handlebar and begin rolling it down the ramp off of this stage, making sure not to let it go too fast and get out of control. Phoenix, you have made it to the room at this point, and you've been mostly a spectator. Is there anything else you're doing?
Well, if I see them, they're moving it. I want to like hold the door for them. I think because I don't really
As
want to
you-
get near it,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to help.
As you go over to the door and grab the handle, you hear water. Like wet footsteps, like you stepped in a puddle. And you look down, and underneath the crack of the door, this dark water has begun to seep into the carpeted conference room.
Hey guys, I don't think we can go this way. I think the water is I think it's coming in.
Looking through the various doors that are available to us, do all of them look like they're having water come out from underneath them?
Make a check.
As a 1. This
Dude,
is a
I
very
want-
good D10.
I want your D10, man. You that's a vampire.
Or a very bad D10, depending on the game.
Valid. Yeah, good point.
Right.
I mean, I would like to have my effort back, so I wasn't opposed to a failure.
Yeah,
That's
sorry
the
about
fun
that.
thing about sagas is like you keep succeeding, but also you don't regain any of your effort because when you fail, you start
Yeah.
to get it back. So you want
I
to roll
got-
badly, but you keep winning.
I got some tricks, but I need effort to use them.
Sorry.
With
You're
a
viewed as a
1.
threat. That's why I sucked it out of you.
Okay, what I see?
Every single closed door that that you can see. Both doors that lead, there are 3 doors that lead out of this conference room, one on either side of the stage and the main entrance. The main entrance is still wide open, doors propped, but the 2 closed ones on each side of the stage, one that you're at trying to push the cart through, and one on the opposite side, both have water seeping in from underneath them. Salty sea has begun to infiltrate this building. You glance even outside into the hallway, and the most worrisome thing that you can see is the locked coat check room. Chair propped up against the door handle also has water seeping out from it.
God heaven, son of a...
What are all the people doing as the object is being moved?
They are watching it very closely. And in the far back corner of the room, you can see they've started to move towards the object.
Oh, great.
Like they're only willing to be so far away from it. But when the object stops, so do they.
Alright, can someone help push this cart? I gotta go check on our old lady.
Oh, so reluctantly, Alexi. You know, I just walk right up to it. God, I'm gonna do something dumb. I need a ruling, GM. Arcanist allows me to fix a magical object. Would it allow me to break one?
Armed with the knowledge that Arcanist gives you, yes.
Oh. I'm going to try and push Dion out of the way. Just say, give me the cart.
Dion is going to look a little doubtfully toward Alexi, but sort of back off a little bit and like gesture like, sure, go ahead.
The water at this point is nearly ankle deep as it continues to fill this room. Every single step on this carpet now sloshes with seawater.
I pull the tarp off.
You pull it off, and the entire audience lets out a gasp of awe. And you feel again that pull, but still manage to resist.
There's a place to put a hand, right? On top of the orb. Okay.
Orb is not quite the right term. There's no real way to describe what this object looks like. You can certainly reach toward it. You, at the very least, know where it is.
Oh, I hate doing this, but yeah. No, I'm going yeah. Okay, I need to save my effort just in case. Yeah, I'm going to crap. I'm going to touch it and attempt to use Arcanist to break it, to shift it, to do something to break the connection. Yeah. Just like look at Dion and put my hand on it and attempt to make it not do what it's doing.
Please make
Because if
that check.
it's a thing on a thing, I'm trying to remove the non-Euclidean thing from on top of it. Like, yeah, sever
Yeah,
whatever
I follow.
it is. Oh man, this is dumb. This is so dumb. At least I get to roll a d8 though, because I'm a second rank in Arcanist. Come on. Whoops.
With a 6.
Yeah.
You generate 1 point of effort if you had any missing.
I didn't. Because thank you, Stanley. Oh no. Oh. Would you consider that a physical activity?
No.
Okay,
The
good.
check you were making was mental.
Okay.
Was trying to understand this thing.
Because I was looking at my low stamina going, oh no.
You reach your hand towards this object in an attempt to sever whatever connection its pieces have to each other. Your fingers touch it. This feeling of euphoria washes over you. This warmth, this understanding. The sea air is gone and replaced with beautiful, fresh-smelling grass, trees. You close your eyes and you can see a beautiful, cloudless sky above in your mind's eye. You still know where you are. You can still be aware of your surroundings. But the worry just washes away. Simultaneously, as Stanley, you're just about to get to the coat check room. You hear a familiar voice inside your head. It's time. And that's where we're going to take a quick 10-15 minute break.
Oh.
It's my friend who gave me the tip to come here.
Oh man. Why did I?
All right, before we step away for food, water, stretching, and bio, a quick check-in. Is everybody doing all right? This is a horror game, but we're still good, still having fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I did probably the dumbest thing I could possibly do, but hey, no, it's all good.
That's what you're supposed to do. It's amazing.
I have Arcanist for a reason, and then there's like an object, of course.
Yes, it's perfect. It was a perfect use. All right, we're all doing good. I don't know if Steve is awake or now taking a nap. I don't know if we have a break screen to switch to, but I am going to mute and turn off my camera, and I will be back. Let's give it a full 15 minutes to rest and recover. Those of you in the audience, please also do what you need to do. If you've been listening for a while, stand up, stretch, hydrate, please hydrate. It's very important. And we will be back at the bottom of the hour. So, see you in about 15 minutes. The air still feels cool, almost cold, uncomfortably so. The taste in your mouth is still the salty brine of the sea. Water continues to seep underneath every closed door inside this hotel. The audience of some 500 are still enraptured in this large, chamber, this conference room, all staring at the object that you are trying to move out of here. Alexei, your arm is now the one buried elbow deep into this object. You feel comfort. You feel that this is the right place to be. I would like you to make a check to see if you can find anything wrong with this situation.
This has nothing to do with Arcanist, right?
In this case, this is entirely mental fortitude.
Okay, cool. Because I happen to have Defeatist, so I can't repeat failed checks for an hour.
Huh.
So,
Can't get much
rolling the
worse
max.
than that.
Yeah, rolling the max on a die is like a critical fail, right?
Not in Sagas, fortunately.
Okay, that's good.
Though I do like flavoring it that way. I'm not gonna lie. A 10 is pretty bad.
Question:
but in
am
this
I
case-
able to help?
Oh yeah. You can see that Alexei has the same blank stare on his face that the rest of the audience currently has. I will ask you, what are you doing to help Alexei?
I'm gonna panic, start shaking them. It's like, hey, well, no, wake up, hand out of the thing. That was bad, remember?
All right. Alexei, you get an additional die in this check, so you can try one more time.
Okay.
That's 2 effort, right?
That is 2 effort to help.
Okay, just gonna double check.
Hey!
Much better.
A 2 is way better than a 10. Thank you. Oh my.
As you're being shaken, you see this beautiful field of flowers out in front of you, comfortable, and in the distance you can see your childhood home, something that you thought you'd never see again. And from behind you, there's a voice, a familiar, urgent voice. Phoenix yells at you, trying to shake you out of your stupor. Which direction do you go?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you say, 1, I can see everything going on in the strange, happy place with rainbows and childhood home, and I am still aware of where my body physically is?
You are
Or-
vaguely aware of where
Okay.
your body is. You still know that there's something cold and bad happening, but that's distant, far enough away where you don't have to worry about it. That's someone else's job right now.
Okay, I'm just going to do an even or odd roll here. Yeah, even. Obviously, whatever I'm doing is working because I can see a paradise, which is where we all have to go in order to get out of this strange saltwater hellscape. So I am resisting.
You continue to
heading-
resist.
Yeah, heading further into the happy place.
Further into the happy place. Phoenix, through your vigor and panic, your shaking of Alexei seems to do nothing but further entrench his arm in the depths of this strange object.
Okay, I think Deanna is going to try and do the physical pulling away that they did with the trench coat dude.
Please make that check again.
All right. 3.
Another success.
Awesome.
Alexi, you walk towards the cottage you know so well. The smell of your grandmother's cooking wafts through the air. You know that after a long day of play in the fields, you get to come home to another delicious pie. And as you're running through the flowers to try to get to the beautiful, bountiful meal you know is waiting for you, your feet leave the ground. And you start, even though you're running forward, you begin to lift upwards and backwards away from this paradise, further and faster. And you turn around and you can see the world changes. Your hand is ripped out of the object and you come crashing back into this semi-reality. You topple on top of Dion, who has yanked you out of this object's influence. The two of you go careening to the floor with a splash as the water continues to fill this room, now approaching your shins.
I immediately reflexively burn an effort and erect a force field around me. Just this shimmering, this shimmering gray field, the same color of his eyes, just locks around them. Just pushing everything away.
Dion, you're pushed hard into this water. But you look up and Alexi has not fallen. He is frozen in place, encased in this shimmering field. It's almost like you're looking through old wavy glass.
Alexi, are you okay? Are you back with us?
I was making everything better. I was leading everyone into the field.
No. Do not put your hand inside the weird orb.
I was breaking the field and allowing us to go back into the actual world.
I don't think that whatever you saw in there was the actual world.
It was my own memories. Of course it was.
Right. So, but you can see how the rest of us can't live in your memories.
It was a shared memory. Everybody will see their own happiness. If we all go, we'll get out of this hellscape.
I don't think that's the answer, Alexi. Can you please promise not to stick your hand in there again?
No. I can fix it. I can make things better.
I don't think that's gonna happen. You realize this is like an extraterrestrial object, like some magic is involved here or something, and I just don't think we need to interact anymore with it. It is going to show you what you want to see. It is going to lie to you.
Oh man. I throw the tarp back over it and walk away in disgust. And you hear in your head, using telepathy, it's like, do not talk to me again. I was almost saving us.
I think Dion sort of shakes their head a little, hearing that, but then is still trying to wrangle this cart away. And I don't even know at this point. They're just people keep trying to put their hands in this, and it's clearly very dangerous. And I think they kind of want to try to just like dump it into the water.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Where are you for this? Are you right there next to the object as this is happening? Or are you sort of hovering by the entrance to this flooding conference room where you can keep an eye on both Stanley and the object?
I think at this point I'm probably by the object, because if I was like, I went to go like shake Alexi. So,
Right.
So I'm probably at the object at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could see Stanley at all, I might try. I'd be trying to keep an eye on him, but I think my focus is whatever's going on with this object and Alexi like just getting their hand pulled out of it, you know.
And in response to Alexi and Dion's conflict with each other, what does Phoenix do?
Phoenix is not going to be great with social conflict. So she's kind of going to like look in between them for a moment, see them arguing, and just kind of look to Dion and be like, I don't think they're mad at you. I think they're just kind of going through. They're confused. Don't worry. I got another plan. I think we got some plans, and we're gonna figure this out. That won't involve Alexi touching this again. No one should touch it again. You're right. I agree with you.
So what is your plan?
Okay. So Alexi said something about trying to break it. What if we can we break it? And I'm just looking around the room for the heaviest object I can find.
Wow.
That I can lift physically.
That's a rad idea.
Just smash it. As you begin searching around this room, we are going to switch the camera back over to Stanley. Just as you were leaving the conference room, you heard that voice in your head telling you that it's time. Your friend has spoken to you in your dreams before, and this is the first time that they've spoken to you in real life. You never really understand totally what they're saying. It's almost as if there's a language barrier. They communicate in emotions and thoughts more than words. And you feel that they impart onto you that something is ready. What do you do while Alexi and Dion have their interaction?
All right. It is time. There'd be a half step of almost a missed step as he's running toward the closet.
There's sort of a stutter and the splashing
Yeah.
around your feet.
Yeah. He would just hesitate, and he heard it in his head, so he would think, it is time for what? What is ready? What is it? But he would still continue going toward the closet.
the feeling you get from this being that seems like it's a part of you, but separate, is a feeling of trust. In the past, you've made assumptions about its instructions and its suggestions, and you've never been wrong before.
Okay. Okay. Well, right now he's just going to keep doing what he's doing, going with his gut, and he's going to try to open up because the closet door has water coming out from underneath it as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. He's feeling some mildly responsible. He's going to run over there and kick the chair to the side, and open the door.
The rush of water that comes out knocks you off of your feet, shoving you back against the door, back against the opposite wall. You slam up against it. I would like you to please make an avoid check.
Okay. That is a no. That is an 8.
Aha, something other than a 1. Wonderful.
Aha, I have 2 efforts again.
As you slam back up against the wall, your head hits a sconce with a light on it. Just wham, and this sharp pain shoots through your skull, and you see white for a moment. You take 1 point of damage.
Gotcha.
As the rush of water subsides, the unconscious one who knows floats slowly towards you. As the water level goes back down, she rests on the ground, face above water, but it is lapping up against all sides of her face. She still appears to be breathing.
Okay. Clearing his head, looking around. It's almost like just like that closet was just full with water, and then all of it came out at once, right? Does it seem like there's like, is it a portal to an ocean just coming in from that door now?
No, it looks like the coat check room. Hangers
full of
and
water.
racks and soaking wet clothes just float out with this wave. But other than that, the room beyond looks exactly like it would, just waterlogged. You can see the sea dripping from the ceiling above and seeping in through all exits around that room.
Okay. I would rinse myself up from where I got yeeted into a wall and walk over to the woman and attempt to, pull her up a little bit out of the water. And as I'm holding her there, I'm just going to search for my friend's feelings.
Make a check to do that.
Okay. A 2.
A 2. You feel like this woman is here for a reason. She is a part of this puzzle, piece of the plan that is being put into place. You still don't see the end goal. You don't know what the result is going to be. But you know that it is what your friend wants, for this woman to be here. It's okay that she's unconscious, just as long as she remains here and alive. for now.
None of the other characters will notice, but Stanley just starts pushing the dagger back up to its hiding place. Similar to what happened before, he's going to pull her up and put her arm over his shoulder and start bringing her back to the rest of the group. Although having to support much more of her weight this time. If he has to fully pick her up, he would try.
It is easy enough to carry her. Like I said, she is a pretty frail woman. Alexi, as you are storming away, you see this scene. There's a slight wave that enters this room, a result of the opening of the door to the coat check. And as it sloshes up past your knees and goes back behind you, you can see Stanley struggling a little bit to support the weight of the one who knows. She appears unconscious, but you can hear a voice in your head.
Oh.
You know that this woman is a part, whatever is happening here. The plan being put into place revolves around the object, but cannot succeed without the one who knows. This feels like a leak. You weren't supposed to know this. Something is wrong. Something's off. Whatever you did to that object, or being pulled out of it, has caused cracks to form in this grand scheme.
I'm going to quickly rush up to Stanley as he's helping the one who knows. I believe that she should touch the object. If she is one who knows, perhaps she knows how to stop this.
Would I be aware that he had messed with touching with the object?
No, actually, you were not in the room for that.
Why exactly? He doesn't stop moving toward it or anything, but he is asking, why exactly do you think that, Fran?
Because I attempted to break the object, and I gained a deeper understanding of it.
All right. See anything interesting?
My family home.
Oh.
So if it is able to touch inside your mind, if she is one who knows.
And she is one who claims to be within inside people's dreams.
Yes.
It might fit together.
Yes.
I'm not seeing too much else out of this place.
Wherever we are is not where we should be.
Damn right. All right.
I will help you. And I'll grab the other arm and start trying to lead into the back into the conference room where the object was last seen.
I would also say during this time, I would be trying. I don't have anything specifically to do this, but she's got abilities, so just ballpark, spit in the wind, whatever. Just try to. She's unconscious, dream walking. I'm going to be trying to I'm holding her, trying to think to her, what do you know? Who are these people here? Just that sort of thing.
You're trying to connect with the one who knows mentally?
Yeah, if she might have abilities there, that's what I'm trying to do.
Make a check. This isn't something you are normally able to do.
But shit be whack, yo. Come
Couldn't
on,
have put it better myself.
you've been nice to me so many times. One more time. Or like 3 more times maybe, since after this I probably go ahead and die. That is a 2. Not what I wanted, but close enough.
With a 2, you reach out and try to connect with her through the same emotion and force that you connect with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot find her. She's not there. It's not a field you're familiar with. You're not even really sure what you're looking for. 2 is a failure.
Yay. Okay. Continue walking her toward the object then.
As you both come back into the conference room, the water now about 1.5 feet deep, approaching your knees at its lowest height. Phoenix, you're looking around for something heavy, yes?
Yep.
Please roll a check to try to find that.
A 3.
3. There are several heavy objects in this room. You're looking around and you don't see anything. Like, there's no sledgehammers or axes here, which is of no surprise to you. There is the podium, but that appears just bulky, not necessarily heavy, being as it's made of wood. There are the folding chairs, but they're made of metal, and the metal is probably hollow. They don't appear that light. There's the people around. Some of them are pretty big, but you don't think that throwing them against the object would break it. You look around and continue to scratch your head, trying to find something. And you realize that the object you're looking for has been right under your nose the whole time. The solid steel cart that has been toting this object around is probably more than sufficient.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go back. Dion, are you still pushing the cart at this point? Or are we just like...
Yeah, I mean, I think Dion still has their hands on the cart. They're not like actually moving it. I think their thought was possibly just try to tip the object off the cart into this rising water and see if that did anything. So that's sort of like what they're prepared to do.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to you and be like, okay, there's nothing really good in the room for me to try and break this with, but what if we hit it with the cart? The cart's pretty big and heavy. It's a pretty large metal object. It could do some damage.
I don't see anything else here either. I don't know what else we could use, and who knows how long these people will be in this state that they won't like try to fight us or try to someone else put their hand inside this thing.
Okay, do we want to try hitting it? Like, we can just tip the cart and then hit it with the cart?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Let's
try
do
it.
Do I assume me and Alexi see this starting to happen as we close in with the oracle?
As you approach, all four of you nearly together now, Phoenix and Dion successfully tip the cart. The object, however, does not tilt with the cart. It moves off of it slightly and floats perfectly upright on the surface of the rising water. It is no longer resting on the cart.
Okay, that's
But
a
it-
little unexpected, but I think we can still hit it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As a matter concerning, I don't know if breaking it will quite do what we want here. It's entirely possible it might stop what's happening to these all right folk, but we might be trapped here. Which I don't know about y'all, but I prefer a much more relaxing place to vacate.
Do you have any other suggestions? Because right now we don't really have much choice.
Well, given what Alexi has described, it sounds like it's showing dreams. There might be a potential that one that can actually walk through dreams can figure something out on the inside.
I just really do not think anyone else actually putting their hand in this thing is a very good idea. And like Alexi and Dion like shoots like an apologetic look at them. Alexi thought they were seeing stuff that doesn't exist. So I think we should take it with a grain of salt what
No,
Alexi saw.
it exists in the real world. And if this is a dream, I do not have
In your memories, it's not stuff that's actually happening in the real world.
so I do not dream. I have memories. So if this affects dreams, the one that can walk in dreams, the one who knows, could probably control it. She should touch the object. She was scared of it.
And felt drawn to it at the same
And-
time.
We
Like
all
putting
felt
puzzle
drawn
pieces.
to it.
She felt drawn to it before this event ever even occurred, before the top was taken over. She felt drawn to it just at the very mention of it.
I think this is a very bad idea.
You can pull people away very strongly.
You weren't resisting, Alexi. That's probably why I was able to pull you away so easily.
I was trying to find
she's
the
not
answer.
conscious, so I don't think she'll be resisting much.
Which is even better. If she is dreaming right now, this would be the time.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I'm still a little unsure of this plan, but
I'm very unsure of this plan, but we also have limited choices here.
and if it doesn't work, then we smash it.
I'm on board for that.
Agreed.
The audience, ever silent, ever watching this interaction, begins to speak. Whispers murmur throughout the crowd, and they reach those closest to you. You can hear them muttering, "Break it. Break it. No, touch it. Touch the object. No, break the object. Destroy it. Go inside. See what's there. Break. Break. You must destroy this. No, be friends. Touch it. Touch the object. Break. Touch."
It sounds like there's not a consensus, which is honestly a little surprising, everybody.
Perhaps they are feeding off our own energies.
I mean, we are pretty conflicted over All right. Well, this. First of all, I do not think it is a very nice to have this woman touch this thing while she's unconscious. But I suppose we could see what happens. I think Dion has like this look on their face, like, what did I get into? And why did I get this assignment?
We'll
What
start
happens
moving
next?
her closer.
Yeah, start moving her closer.
She's still unconscious, limp, arms around your shoulders, each of you.
Stanley will start talking, and he's obviously talking to her. To be completely honest, I do feel terribly sorry about this, but kind of don't want to be trapped in a hellscape, and I don't want the rest of these fine people to be trapped in a hell. Now, I don't want some of these fine people to be trapped in a hellscape. But if you can hear us, I'm sorry. Hopefully, it works out for you.
And with that, Alexi, you take her hand and you place it on the object.
And the moment I do, I try and connect with telepathy. And just say, help us. Place her hand onto the thing. Because I like pain, I guess.
You are sucked into the vision that is forced upon her as her hand makes contact.
Good luck, man.
The three of you that aren't part of this, all you can see is Alexi's eyes roll back in his head, and the one who knows suddenly jerks awake, coughs, and splutters water out of her mouth. Eyes wide, staring at her hand, which is slowly being absorbed into this thing. And you feel a shudder move throughout the floor. The vision you see, Alexi, is distant. You have a bird's eye view of the ocean. This dark water, impossibly vast, fathoms deep. You see the hotel bobbing among the waves. And you approach fast, flying through frozen air. As you do, you can see a shadow moving in the water beneath. A titan, a leviathan, circling this hotel. As your vision is broken, you are forced out of this temporal extraplanar space. Your hand is wrenched away from hers by an unseen force, and all of you watch as Alexi is thrown slightly backwards, stumbling in the water. The one who knows is sucked deeper into the object, and her shoulder snaps. Her eyes go wide and go up towards the ceiling, gasping for air. And she begins to transform. This black object was not sucking her in, but instead it was going into her. It rises out of the water and covers her entire body slowly, like unknowable armor. She begins to grow. Pulses. 5 feet tall. 7 feet. 8, 9, 10. Head approaching the ceiling. She is no longer bipedal. She has an odd number of limbs. Her face is no longer there, but is replaced by a void. And I would like you all, as this creature lets out a piercing screech, we will enter combat.
Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. Look, weird voice in my head says she's part of it. So, I mean, come on.
All right, reaction checks, please. So this is to learn who is reacting first to this situation.
Hmm. 8.
I will ask for them in a moment.
Oh, okay.
I just have to make a spot for them so I can write down and keep track myself.
Really
all right.
like
Did anybody get... What's that?
Said it sounded like a good plan.
Did anybody get a 1? 2? 3? 4?
I got a 3.
Ah, wonderful. Five.
Me. A Stanley.
6. 7. 8.
I got an 8.
Same.
Both of you got 8s.
Makes sense. Thrown back, floundering in water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dion, you are the first to react to this situation.
Sure.
What do? You are, so how combat works, we're going to go theater of the mind. You are in an adjacent zone. So zones in sagas are 15 to 20 feet across, like a circular, so if it's a circle, it's a diameter. And you are in the zone adjacent to this creature. And this creature is big. It takes up almost the entire space inside its own zone. And you are all in zones right next to it, having been pushed away as it swells in size. What are you doing, Dion?
Dion is going to try to like hit this thing with so Dion has laser vision, like can shoot lasers out of their eyes. And I'm counting this as a medium weapon, so it's like in shooting in melee range.
Okay. That works for me. So you are, because this is a large creature, being an adjacent zone means you're in melee with it, so you can totally just laser vision right now.
Okay.
And I gotta ask, are you taking your sunglasses off first, or are you just breaking them?
No. think they're gonna take their glasses off first, but also they don't really need, like, they're just, just regular lenses. They're not like prescription or anything. So if they did get broken, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But I
Oh,
think
what?
they're
Superman
used to
actually has
kind of doing the
prescription
like.
lenses confirmed.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I have heat vision, but I'm nearsighted as hell. So
Amazing.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to check what die I use for a medium weapon. Is it just
So
a
since you're
D10?
using a medium weapon, it's weird. It'll technically work, but this is not a projectile. This is basically the same as swinging a sword at a
Mhm.
thing. So this would be, since you're using a medium melee weapon, if you have any melee weapon training or something like that, that would apply. If not, then you're using a D10.
Okay. No, I do not have any. So a D10, and that is a 3.
And a 3 hits.
Awesome. I love it.
So as your vision, you take off the glasses and all of you see those swirled eyes shoot these two bright red beams of light towards this creature. It seemed to sear into its body. The one who knows lets out a piercing screech, just echoing out through this room as the waves continue to lap against your shins and knees. Would you like to move away closer, stay where you are?
I have a question. So I do have the talent Whirlwind, which says after hitting an enemy with a melee attack using a medium weapon, may attack another enemy in melee. So I can't attack the same that same creature again using Whirlwind.
This is technically a playtest, and rules as written, it doesn't say it has to be a different creature. So yeah, you can attack again.
I'm gonna do it again, but I do have to use a D12 this time.
Right.
But still, 2 attacks, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2.
And another hit. Amazing. So a quick pew pew with your eyes, and 2 parts of it are just seared with this heat from your vision. And are you going to move, or are you standing your ground?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move back. Yeah, I don't want to stay right up on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good call. It is now the creature's turn.
Yikes.
It lets out another gurgling screech and takes 2 steps forward. The waves almost knock you all over, just the amount of mass that this thing is moving towards you. And it is going to... It is going to open a mouth all along its side and just vomit out this boiling water. And it is going to attack everything in the zone next to it, which is everyone except Dion. So everyone except Dion, please make an avoid check.
I have a
Question:
contingency.
can I use a power when it's not my turn?
It depends. Most powers require an action, and those can only be done on your turn.
Okay. So I have something that is called powered deflection, which can negate damage of an attack.
that is definitely, let's see. Does it say it has to be on you? Or can it be on?
No, well, so I have it at rank 1. It has to be for me, but I have it at rank 2, which means I can use it to protect any target in melee.
So you will be able to protect one of your allies.
Okay. Who is the closest? Like, who seems like they would be most affected by this?
Well, it depends on their avoid checks. So we'll
Okay.
get those first, and then I'll let you pick.
Okay.
All right.
Stanley rolled a
4
3.
for Phoenix, a 3 for Stanley, and
Get an
a
8.
grimace from Alexi. Ooh. Ooh. Hoo, hoo. Alexi, you take 1 point of damage, and you suffer the wound, full body burn.
Oof.
All avoid checks against fire or heat must use a D10.
Oh! Oh, boy.
So as Phoenix and Stanley both dive into the water out of the way, Alexi, you take the full brunt of this. However, you actually do not take any damage or suffer a wound. Dion, what does your powered deflection look like as it protects Alexi from this torrent of boiling water?
I think it actually looks like a little bit like a bubble that kind of like blows up and gets bigger and bigger and engulfs Alexi, and then sort of contracts a little bit. So it's like a plastic, almost like a
A
second
vacuum
skin.
seal.
Yes.
I love it. So the bubble rises from the sea foam behind Alexi, and it rises to meet his side and grow slightly beyond it before encasing him entirely inside and sucking skin tight. And Alexi, you can feel the torrent of water. The force of it begins to push you back, and you stumble slightly, but you feel no heat. You feel nothing on your skin.
Whoa. Would I recognize
That is
this since I also have powered deflection?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because even though it uses the same rules, one of the cool things about Sagas is that the rules are the same no matter what world you're in or where you come from and where your power has its origin.
Rad.
So I'm going to say your power deflection does not look like Dion's.
Very confused, just like looking all over the place. Like, this is not right.
That's the title of the one shot. This is not right. All right. Next up is Stanley.
I'm searching through. Is this what you wanted, friend?
Something is wrong. Not everything went as planned. This wasn't... It's close to what your friend wanted, but it's not exactly the form they wanted to take.
Not exactly the form they wanted to take. Not exactly the form they wanted to take.
Choose the form of the destructor.
Not exactly the form
Who
they
have
wanted to
chosen?
take. Not exactly the form they wanted to take. In his head, he's thinking, is there another piece missing?
The object is gone. It has become the creature. I'll for free let you roll a check to see if you
Yeah.
can discern
I
your
have a
friend's motive.
I have a couple options going through my head, and I don't like any of them.
We're all at that place.
3.
Man, I need this D10 of yours.
With a 3,
I'm pretty sure I'm going to die the next attack he does. I'm the only one here who has damage.
there's mostly confusion. But you can make out one specific emotion from your friend who stands in front of you. It's cramped in here.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, friend. I wish I could take you with me. But you didn't give me that power. It is cramped in here. I'm 90% sure I cannot take anyone. Two other creatures. No, I did not sink all of my ranks into that power. Otherwise, I would do that. Bugger. I'm just gonna yell out, "Come on, follow me this way!" And I'm just gonna try to keep running out toward the out where the actual ocean, the actual entrance of the hotel is, and I'm just gonna yell out, "Everybody, you need to follow me!"
And you will use your yelling that out is totally free. Each turn you have both a move and an action, and you can use your action to move again. So you move one zone for your move and another one for your actual action. So
Okay.
you begin running outside of this place, trying to go across and then down the main aisle out of this conference room, and then across the entryway to the main entrance.
Gotcha. And yeah, totally action run all the way. Although I am thinking, and friend, I'm barely hanging on here. You hit me again, you will not get any more help from me. I'm going to be dead, kaputzi, out of here.
You say that out loud?
If he was going to say it out loud, he probably wouldn't lead with a friend at the beginning of it.
All right.
Well, actually, he's in a stress situation. If this is 6 or above, he'll lead with friend, and that's a 7. So yeah, he leads with friend.
All of you hear Stanley address this creature as friend. Phoenix and Alexi, which of you would like to go first right now?
I'm still weirded out, so it's 100% Phoenix.
Okay. Trying to debate what I want to do first. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look towards Stanley as he's running and just like, do you know this thing?
Am I allowed to respond?
Yeah, you can respond. As in any good anime, talking is a free action.
I both think and hope so.
Well, I'm still gonna do plan B, and I'm gonna try and grab the cart and hit it.
All right.
I'm not liable for any deaths in the pursuit of this mission.
All right. So the cart itself is not technically a weapon, but you can use it as such. You're just going to have to roll a d12 unless you have the improvised weapon training talent.
I do not. So let's see how this goes. I got a 3, so
You take the cart and just spin once, twice, and then helicopter just launch it at this thing, and it collides with what is probably around its shin area on one of its legs.
Ooh.
And it had formed this like hard exterior, and as it collides, it cracks. And you see this like spider web of seams appear in its leg, and out spurts more seawater, just like there's seawater pressure on the inside of it, but it is definitely injured from your attack. All right.
okay.
Do you want to move, or are you staying
I'm
there?
gonna move a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely like, okay, that was plan B, and then start trying to run in a direction.
All right.
I don't think I care.
You start
which.
moving out towards the exit as well. Alexi.
Okay, so we've got laser eyes, people throwing carts, and Stanley saying, "Come on, friend."
Chaos.
Absolute chaos. I am going to like get up and start moving toward the door, but as action, I will as I'm near the boiling hot horrific thing, I'm going to attempt again, like an idiot. I'm going to attempt to connect with it telepathically and say, just to reach out if it allows me to, reach out and say, "What do you want? Why are you here?" And then like start scrambling away.
Please make an avoid check.
Oh, hell. Oh, let me guess. It's psychic and or magic. And oh boy. Cool. Oh, here comes that D12. Hey, power attraction. It's fun, boys and girls. 4? Not horrible.
A 4 is exactly what you needed to succeed.
Oh. Okay.
You feel this assault on your mind in response to your message. This clash of two very confused visions. One of them is still floating around the hotel on the outside, trying to discern what is going on. Just only emotion is confusion. The other one, a desperation to escape from inside that hotel.
Right. Nope, running. Nope. Just like, okay, that did not give me any useful information. I am continuing to attempt to move out of its melee zone, even though it's a big, horrible thing.
All right, that is your action and movement, and you also begin moving back towards the door. Top of the order, Dion.
Okay. I think Dion's going to take another crack at this monster, actually, with the laser eyes again.
All right, go ahead and make another 2 attack rolls with your whirlwind ability. That 5 is a failure. You regain 1 effort point.
Okay. Do I get the second attack if I don't hit?
I believe so, unless
Okay.
it says otherwise in the actual rules.
And it just says after making an attack.
Yeah, then you get that second attack, even if you
Okay.
miss.
Oh, that's not good either. but I have regained effort, so that's cool.
Yeah, whirlwind is a very efficient way to regain effort points. All right. Are you going to continue to move towards the exit as well?
Yeah, I'm moving away from this thing toward like I think what I'm trying to do is still stay between the creature and my other companions, so that like I'm in the middle between them, able to
Okay,
deflect if I need to.
makes sense. Unfortunately, the creature is going to do something that thwarts this plan.
Sure.
Its desperation now is clear, even if its form is confused. There is a sickening cracking sound as two unmistakable wings sprout out of its back. And with a single beat and a leap, whoosh, it flies over all of you, spraying you all with this seawater that is now up to your thighs. It lands behind all of you and begins to wade itself away, further away, towards the door. And it has made it to the exit of this audience hall. It still has the entryway beyond that doorway before it can get outside. That is its turn. Stanley.
How far away is the friend?
You, because you spent all your movement sprinting, are currently in melee with it.
I don't worry like that. I'm not stabbing him. I will politely walk around and open the door. And then step to the side. And
You open up the door, step to the side, and bow him through.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, bow it through.
Yeah. So after this door, it's outside. Is that right? Or is there more hotel to go through?
It still has to go through the entryway. This is getting out of this audience chamber, and then there's the entryway with like the welcome desk and the hallway that leads off to the actual hotel rooms, and then there is that exit to the sea beyond.
Okay. Given how far it moved last round, if it did the same again, would it make it out?
Yes.
Okay. And could I get to the front door from where I'm at without using my action?
No.
Okay. Then I have a question. How do held actions work? Because I remember seeing it, but I did not get a chance to read over it.
Essentially the same as D&D. You choose an
Okay.
action to take and a trigger for when you take that action. Say an enemy comes in melee with me, I will do a melee attack against that enemy.
Okay. If the action I hold, if I took it, would spend effort, do I lose the effort now or if I take that action?
You would lose the effort if you take that action. That's a good piece of clarification, and I am going to write that down because this is playtesting.
Mm. Okay. Then I am going to hold my action, and the trigger will be if it gets out into the opening, and if that makes my friend happy. Because otherwise, if it gets happy, I have a plan. If it's not happy, I imagine I'm still needed.
You know that what it wants is to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your action that you are holding?
To use a power I have, teleport major.
I see.
Which is why I wanted all of my effort back.
What is the
The wording on it?
what is the trigger for using this?
Oh, the trigger is my friend escaping the hotel like it wants to.
Ah. Okay. All right. Okay. That is your turn.
Mhm.
Phoenix and Alexi.
Can
Oh, yeah.
in our run, can I reach it? Like, I don't know how far ahead of me it is.
You would have to. You can move once to get in melee with it. You would have to move again to get to the door.
I feel like getting the melee with it's such a bad idea, but oh well, Phoenix is gonna be a little stupid. I'm gonna run, and the only weapon I have other than that card is I have a small knife. So I'm gonna try and stab it in the hole I made with the cart, I guess.
The hole is still spraying at dozens of psi out of this the cracks in its shin.
The D10 I roll for this still. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh good. Oh good. I got a 7.
Aha. Well, you regain some effort.
Yeah, it's
As
true.
the knife, it is a strange, just like the object, it's impossible to describe the surface of this creature. And as you take your knife and swipe towards it, it's like the piece you were aiming at was an illusion and it's just not there. Your knife hits it and passes through with no resistance.
And just for like the visual, this is like a tiny like Swiss Army pocket knife that I just like that I'm attacking this giant 10-foot tall
Amazing.
creature with the wings with. Eh.
Amazing. All right, Alexi.
This is dumb. I'm gonna move back into melee with it. And again, try and reach out with telepathy, but specifically aiming at the consciousness that is floating above it, which I am assuming is the one who knows. So I'm specifically trying to connect with the one who knows, not the horrific turning into Cthulhu, we're all going to die part of it.
Not all of us.
I'd like you to make a check
Oh, God.
to try to target one consciousness specifically when this body contains two.
Yep. A 2.
A 2. Your vision again flies out of this building to the sky above the vast, impossibly large sea beyond. The clouds above are brewing like a storm, the darkness beginning to envelop the entire sea around this hotel. You have made the connection. You're seeing what the one who knows is seeing.
I will just scream out. It's like, you must take control. And I think that'll be about it.
Okay. Are you staying right there? Or you can continue to run towards the door.
I'm assuming that telepathy would have been my action, since I'm using a power, and I had movement to get into melee. So I'm just sticking by it because I have one more plan.
Wow.
And that comes
I'm
later.
surprised. Surprised and impressed and could not be happier.
One more plan.
The instruction has been given. You feel a sense of recognition before the other consciousness severs you two. All right, back to the top with Dion.
Right. So Dion has no plan. Their only plan is don't let this thing go. And they've just watched Stanley open the door and like sort of wave at it like here's the exit. And so Dion is like, what are you doing? Like they yell that out loud to Stanley, like, what the crap are you doing? And I think they're going to try to get in front of the creature and like close the door again.
Ah. Well, that will be your... I won't make you do a check for it, but it is your action to force the door closed. It is very difficult, but with your whole action, I'm not going to ask for a check.
Okay.
Because I've heard that closing a door in near waist deep water, not an easy feat.
It's not. No.
But you
Actually
succeed.
had to do that before.
But you manage to close both of it's double doors. You manage to close both of them and shut the creature in with all of you.
Yeah.
Stanley, I guess I would have to ask you: which side of the door are you on right now?
I did say I stepped to the outside of it and was like this way, so I think I'm actually on the other side.
Okay. Stanley is on the other side of this closed door. Everybody else is on the inside. And it's the creature's turn.
Good luck.
Seeing that you have locked it, put another barrier between it, what it wants. It is going to lash out with 3 vastly different appendages towards you, Dion. I would like you to please make an avoid check.
Yes. I think. Does my fast reflexes count for this to use a D8?
No.
No. All right. A 4.
A 4. All 3 of these appendages land. Tearing, biting, gnawing, bashing, squeezing you from every angle, trying to tear you apart. Your body is racked with pain.
I would like to spend
You
2 effort and use powered deflection.
Oh. Please describe what Alexi's powered deflection looks like.
As I'm standing there, my next plan in order to touch it to make a deeper connection, I see it lash out, and Alexi just moves his hands, and this invisible force, just the water ripples and parts and just hits those 3 appendages and throws them off center. But very obviously just reaches out and throws it, almost like just a knee-jerk reaction.
Amazing.
I love it.
These 3, you all see this happen. But Alexi, this, if you hadn't noticed already, is a boss monster.
Uh-huh.
Please make an avoid check as well.
Crap. And this is still a physical attack, correct?
This is still a physical. This is a physical attack. This
Okay,
is not
cool.
a powered attack.
Good.
Big ol' 10.
Yep. Unless I have been hanging out with this creature socially for an hour, that's all my effort. Like literally, the power deflection was my last 2 points of effort, and now it's like, damn it.
Oh,
As-
speaking of effort that I did in fact regain.
Oh, I
let's
have
just
one now.
Go ahead and like trade power deflections. I think I think Dion is gonna see like this creature coming at them and is like prepared for like this pain, and then it's not there. But sees the creature start to turn to Alexi and throws up their power deflection toward Alexi.
Dion, you've been in combats. You've fought creatures, maybe not as horrifying, but as big as this before and as vicious. You are no stranger to fights like this. You see all 3 of these appendages going for you, and to everyone else and the viewers that are listening in and watching this, it is clear that it is trying to kill you. That's not what you see. You see a feint. This is a ploy. And with your trained eyes in combat, you see another tentacle that has gone down into the water, and it has snaked up behind Alexi and is about to stab him in the spine. And you throw up your power deflection not over yourself, but over your ally. And the bubble encases him yet again. And Alexi, all you feel is a slight push, like tung, as the tentacle wham stabs into the bubble that has encased you, but snaps on contact and does not make any damage. The creature roars yet again in frustration. And it only has movement left. It can't move through a closed door. Stanley, from the other side of the door, it is your turn.
I will open a door.
Open again. And this time the water is deep enough where if you try to close it again, it is going to require checks. But this is the last time this door will move without needing dice rolled. You throw both of them open, press them to each side as the water flows back into this room.
And I'm swimming toward the entrance.
You begin to swim. You move that one zone back towards the entrance, having done your job. Phoenix and Alexi.
Same held action, by the way.
Gotcha.
I think I'm gonna chase after Stanley. I just feel like, what are you doing? Why are you helping Giant Monster?
He's not normally like this. I'm assuming that once he gets outside and not having frustrations with the form, it's going to go over easier and be more powerful in here. But after this, after I get him out of here, I'm out of here.
Did you know this was gonna happen? Like,
No, actually. I knew he wanted me. I knew they wanted me here for some reason, but it's kind of hard to tell.
so what happens to everyone else in the hotel? And like us?
Well, I would advise getting on the roof of the hotel for a bit, for one thing, considering it seems to be sinking. Otherwise, I hope you are deposited back in the home dimension. My original plan when shit was going to go down was to save some of y'all and the one who knows, and then shit just kept going sideways. And I don't know if I'm physically capable of saving all of us.
Phoenix, are you going to use your action to continue running, or are you attacking again?
I think Phoenix is a little annoyed.
a little annoyed at the situation.
Slightly annoyed at the situation.
Just it rubs you the wrong way a bit.
Okay. Can I just like slap Stanley in anger?
Yes, are you
Like, I'm
trying
not
to do
gonna stab
damage?
you. I don't think I am, because I think if I wanted to do damage, I'd just stab him. I'm still, I'm still
Okay.
holding the tiny pocket knife.
You slap Stanley across the face, and Stanley, you feel the sting of her anger at you just heat across your cheek. And Alexi, it is your turn.
Fair enough.
Did you say something, Stanley?
I just said fair enough after I got the shit slapped out of me.
Okay. I can do one of two things. Now, so traits, do those act as actions?
Not in and of themselves. They are pretty much passive bonuses. At least
Okay.
I think they are. I don't think I added any actions in there. Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at soul sucking again.
No, that is you have to spend an hour socially engaged with them.
Yeah,
and
I think we're no longer socially engaged. Because I was going to drain Stanley again.
No, not soul sucking is not a combat ability.
Yeah, bummer. Okay. One more time. Putting my hand onto the creature. Again, attempting telepathy and screaming mentally for the one who knows to take control.
Okay.
Like trying to project the image of her rather than grotesque creature. Like when I put my hand on the thing, it's like I want to be touching her arm mentally. I hope.
Make another check.
Oh no. Okay. A 4?
You attempt to reach out to her, and she is lost in the chaos that is a dual consciousness body.
Oh no.
Okay.
You know that she is beginning to lose her sense of self, but she has not given up fighting. She remembers your instruction, and she struggles still. You're not able to give her any bonuses, but her goal is clear.
Got it. But I do gain an effort, which is nice.
Yes, you do.
But I have defeatist, so I cannot attempt to repeat a check I failed until an hour passes. So there goes the telepathy idea. I am going to start moving away from big, creepy, creature of doom.
Away from the exit or towards the exit?
It's between me and the exit, so just away from it.
Further into the room, into
back,
the crowd.
Yeah, just backing up, slight panic look on my face, looking in alarm at everybody else.
Wading through, you accidentally kick a stadium chair that is hidden beneath this dark water. And it is Dion's turn.
Okay, Dion's gonna take another crack with the laser eyes at this machine. At this creature. I think. So does the door open inward or outward?
The door opens outward into the hallway.
Okay. So at this point, I think if Dion was sort of leaning against the doorway, if Stanley went to open the door, they would now be sort of right on the threshold between the hallway and this room, like not really in the room anymore.
Mhm.
And they're going to do the laser eyes and hope that there's no one behind the creature that might get hit, I guess. Because now they're facing the wrong direction.
Roll your 2 attacks. And remember, there is another way to use effort other than adding dice. You can also combo with allies, which has to be done before the roll is made.
Yes, that would be fantastic if I had any effort, but I do not. And that's not a good roll.
And the second one?
And the second one's a 4. So the first one's 6 and the second one's
Is
a
a
4.
better roll. The second one hits, but your laser eyes do not appear to be doing enough damage to bring this thing down quickly before it's going to reach the exit. For a point of comparison, it has taken 4 points of damage of 14.
Great.
Cool.
Love it.
Cool.
All right.
This is fun.
I think Dion is going to move backward, though. If it's like coming toward Dion, they're going to move backward into the hallway now to try and take up like a flanking stance, I guess, because it's clearly coming out of the room, and that might be better for everybody that's in the room.
It is now the creature's turn. And the creature is going to move twice. It is going to stride through the door, taking pieces of it with it as it goes, just crashing through the door frame. As it launches its wings outward once again and leaps towards the exit, all of you look outside at the waves, and time seems to slow. Outside, the waves are moving backwards. It's like the water is being sucked off of the windows instead of splashing up against it. It is like you are watching a film in reverse of the ocean waves. You see the rain that has begun. It looks like the sea is spraying into the sky. The glass windows shatter, all of them, as this creature barrels outside. And it plunges into the depths below. The reverse time freezes. And you see a shadow, larger than the building you're in, rise from the depths. A mouth encloses around this building, plunging you all into total darkness. You feel the water around your waist rise above your head You struggle to breathe.
As this is
titan...
happening, can I teleport?
Yes, that was your held action. What does your teleport look like?
As the darkness starts encroaching over everything, a vast majority of it initially moves toward Stanley, and the last thing you see is just two glowing points where his eyes were, before you just hear, "I really am terribly sorry. Hopefully you make it out all right."
It's kind of rad. It's like, good night, everybody.
Phoenix, Alexi, and Dion. You all hear the sound of voices, distant, conversational tone. You feel air rush back into your lungs. You feel a comfortably air-conditioned room. You're lying on your back, arms and legs splayed out like a starfish. You feel wood underneath you. You open your eyes and you look straight up into bright fluorescent lights in a ceiling. Simultaneously, the three of you raise your heads. Look at each other. Each of you placed almost meticulously, like 3 points of a triangle. You quickly try to figure out where you are. You look around and you're in the hotel. This is the room with the stage and the podium where the speeches were taking place, where the object was initially shown to the audience. But nobody's here. Nobody except for two janitors starting to put away the chairs in this room, in this auditorium. Stanley is not with you.
Are we like restrained in any way?
No, you're just lying there. You can get up.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Dion's gonna roll over and like get up, and I think they're gonna like try to like pat their pockets and like reach for their tablet and say, "This is gonna be a really long report to my superiors."
I think I'm gonna look and just like, I just had the craziest dream. Did you guys have a crazy dream? Also, why are we sleeping on the floor?
To be clear, you're on stage.
I mean the stage.
I'm not sure it was a dream, but it seems possibly to be over. Also, Stanley is missing.
Hearing the words sleep and dream, Alexi bolts upright and starts running toward the door. Just complete panic.
Panicked in his face, he bolts right down the main aisle between these chairs. you two and the two janitors picking up after the convention of the weird all watch him depart, slamming the door as he goes into the entryway. And you go out the main entrance into a sunny parking lot.
In car, I just like noping all the way out, yeeting myself into the car, and just like gone.
The two of you hear the engine start and the tires squeal as he speeds away from this place as fast as possible.
Well, I'd like to say it was nice meeting you, but that was definitely not what I expected out of the Convention of the Weird, and I gotta go home now.
You know, that's fair. This has been one of the weirder ones. I won't lie.
Yeah. I think I'm going to ask for another assignment next year. I don't think I'm going to come back here. But you have a good day, I suppose.
I guess you too. And I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I'm probably just gonna like, well, if I guess I won't see you next year then, which is sad. But I hope we cross paths again in a less scary way.
I think Dion has like an earpiece and is sort of saying something into the like saying something that's clearly getting picked up by the earpiece, and then they like look up, and then they kind of like casually walk around the side of the building, out of the eye shot of Phoenix.
Phoenix, your life in the next couple days, weeks, months, years remains largely unchanged. It's very difficult to get anyone to listen. It's still hard to find like-minded people. Every now and then, someone will listen to the story of what happened at the 2023 Convention of the Weird. But no actual record of the event exists. And that is where we will close out our cosmic horror one-shot of Sagas benefiting the Starlight Children's Foundation. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for playing. This was so much fun to run for you guys.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was
excellent. Yeah.
Watching Stanley's villain arc. Just like, it's like
Yeah.
I'm
That
here
was
hanging
fun.
out with y'all, and then all of a sudden, oh, my friend's here. Bye.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be sent to like kill one person there, and initially, like when they started saying stuff, I was like, "Oh, I have to kill the Oracle. That sucks." Then they say, "No, she's part of it." Okay, this feels like a terrible idea, but
Yeah, I made that mistake.
and it said it felt cramped. It's like, okay, does it need to get out? Do I need to feed it more bodies to have a bigger body?
Well, I will
we should have
certainly
just smashed it with the cart.
Yes.
I hope to run more games for the four of you in the future. This has been so much fun. We are currently sitting at $345.
Oh, so
for
close.
Raised money for the foundation. we only have like 10 minutes until the next game. So real quick outros in case anybody listening wants to catch up with us elsewhere. I will put my link tree in the chat again. Again, I am Dennis. I've been the game master for this evening. Oh, thanks, Steve. All of our links are now in the chat. So you can find us at all of those places. I have been Dennis. I run the Okayest DM YouTube channel where I make mistakes running games so you don't have to. I made plenty of mistakes today. I'm sure I will in the future, but I had an excellent time anyway. Thank you all for listening. It's been a blast. Let's go around and just a real quick say who you are and what you do elsewhere, starting with Trevor.
Hi, Trevor Valley. You can find me again. Look at the links in there. Tattoos and bones everywhere. The main thing I'm doing right now is every Monday night you can find me on -2 Charisma in the 1940s noir-inspired 5th edition game A Sinner's Dream, where I play Mac, the Minotaur Gunslinger, a literal cowboy.
Amazing. And
he's a
Kiwi.
fun one.
I'm Kiri Waste. Like I said, you can find me on Twitter and links in the chat, and you can catch me on Thursday mornings and Friday evenings at Cybernation Uncensored, playing some Cyberpunk Red, and hopefully doing some other fun games in the future.
Awesome. Thank you for being here tonight. It was awesome to see Phoenix's it was good to have someone that doesn't have like some connection to the supernatural. I think that was a really fun dynamic to have inside this party.
Where everyone's
so
doing all these powers, and I'm just like, I'm gonna hit it with a cart and stab it with a pocket knife.
It was amazing. Iconic moments. How about you, Hammer?
All right. I'm the Hammer, or John. I run Hammered Out Homebrew, which makes homebrew content for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, both under my own stuff and for Dungeons and Dreadnoughts. My biggest thing right now is I am having my 176-page 5e source book. It is fully finished. It's taking a little longer than I wanted to, but that's because the Kickstarter hit all of its stretch goals. I was amazed. The full finished PDF is available on DriveThruRPG, and it'll be updated tonight with the finished product. And then in about 2 weeks, most likely, the print version will be available there as well.
Amazing. I'm definitely excited to check that out. Thank you for playing with us tonight. It was a good time having Stanley around as like bad guy.
Survive guy.
Survive guy. And last but certainly not least, Lily.
Hi, I am Lily. I'm Elise on Life on Twitter, and I'm trying to segue over to Blue Sky. So I'm Elise on Life there as well. I post creative stuff. I crochet and make jewelry on Instagram at LilyPHL, and I am La Scribe in Discord. I am a regular cast member at Girls Run These Worlds, which is a streaming platform. So you can check out, I've been on a couple of campaigns lately. And my two biggest things, though, are the podcast Misfits of Space, which is an actual play podcast. We're using the Scum and Villainy game system right now, but we've also done Star Wars FFG and Monster Hearts 2 in previous seasons. And I also have my own podcast, which is called Blurred on the Street, which is me and two other people. We talk about current events and look at things with a lens of being Black and femme in geeky spaces.
An excellent lens to have and a very important one to talk about. Thank you for being here, all of you players, all of you audience especially. We are going to head out, but don't turn away because there's another game in about 5 minutes. So, Steve, if you're there, voice from the beyond, I think we are ready to head out. I don't know if we're going to be staying on this video channel, but thank you very much, Steve, for hosting this. This was so much fun.
Thank you so much for being here, all of you. I really appreciate it. The video link will stay open for as long as you'd like. If you need to unwind or anything else, it will be there. Or if you prefer to do it in the Game 11 channel on the Discord, Game 10, that works too. Or if you want to go into a Discord VC, Session 0 VC, or General VC is going to be open, whatever you prefer. Again, thank you so much for running this, Dennis. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the players. You were all incredible. As much as I could catch, I had a lot of fun, but I will be going back to watch the VOD, and most likely we'll put this on YouTube as well because more people need to see this. I just wanted to I've said this multiple times after every game, but my plan with this was to just run this once and forget about it, because I just want to prove to myself that I could pull it off. But the last couple of weeks I was like, if this does well, if I enjoy it, then you know what, we might make Pantsless tables a full-time longer thing. And I've had a lot of fun so far, and at this point right now I am considering doing this again, maybe on a smaller scale to continue with, but maybe once every 4 months, 3 months we do another big one. But basically my goal is to make this, like to have a place for people to come together, run games, and just play and just have fun. Which, a lot of other places do the same things. I feel like the more the merrier. If anybody would like to run a game, would like to be part of a game, or anything else, hit me up. Let's talk about something. We'll figure it out. Most likely it's going to be for charity, because I like doing charity stuff. It just makes sense. And I really appreciate this. This was so much fun, and I hope you had as much fun as I had watching. And yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna bring the next game in. Luckily, I don't have any more games to play for this game, for this session, or this next 2 games. I mean, so I'm good. So I can sit back and have fun as an audience member. But all 4 of our players, absolutely incredible. Dennis, I've played with you. You are always incredible. And I would love to play with all of you, or have you back on Pantsless tables again, whichever one happens first, or yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. This has been incredible, an absolutely incredible experience. But yes, I will let you go, and yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Steve. And audience, please enjoy the next show.
Bye.